Wow. Well, boy, you guys quieted down really quick. I thought that would be a problem. Wonderful. Thank you. Welcome to the joint Meet the TAB CAB session. Maybe we should go around the room and have TAB and CAB members introduce themselves quickly. I'm Harry.
First, sorry, Vince. Are you guys able to share your video? We can't see anything. We can only hear you.
Well, Erica's coming to solve that problem.
Do we need to?
So we can see you, Levi, and everybody else.
Okay. Why don't we start with some introductions from the online people while you sort out your video? Oh, there we go. There we go.
Awesome.
Do we then have to hear?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. We can hear you. So if you want to go around and introduce yourself.
Yeah, to reduce confusion, I'll name the individual. So Charlotte, will you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Charlotte Sonnesson. I'm working in Basel, Switzerland. I'm the secretary of the TAB at the moment.
Levi?
I'm Levi Waldron. I'm a professor at the City University of New York, but I'm in Italy at the moment, and I'm vice president of the executive committee and member of the TAB.
Thank you. Helena?
Hi, Helena Kroll. I just finished my PhD in Zurich, and I'll be moving to Barcelona soon to do my postdoc there, and I just joined the TAB.
Thank you. Ludwig?
Yeah, Ludwig Geistlinger. I'm leading a computational biology group at the Center for Computational Biomedicine at Harvard Medical School. I would have loved to be there in person, but I brought home COVID from Lyon from the ISMB. So although I am in Boston, I cannot be there in person, but it would have been great, of course.
Well, we miss you. Okay, let's not get into that. Kevin Hu.
Hi, I'm Kevin Ruelbrecht. I'm a postdoc in Oxford University. Again, same thing. I would have loved to be with you guys, but I've got a little one to take care of now. And I'm co-chair of the CAB, the Community Advisory Board, with Janani.
Thank you. Leo Latti? Leo, you're muted. All right, Leo may have stepped away.
Yes,
let's
okay,
go on then with in-person members, and I see you have a mic. Lori? Oh, Leo, you're back. Welcome. Would you please introduce yourself to the conference?
Well, yes. Hello. My network seems to be a bit unstable. Hello, everybody. I'm professor in data science at the University of Turku in Finland, and I have been working with bioconductor throughout my career and joined CAP just a year before. And pleased to meet you all. We are working particularly with microbiome research integration. Thank you.
Great to have you. Thank you, Leo. You're going to have to adjust your microphone to, if you have some comments to make. It was pretty soft. Thank you. Hervé is online. Ah, he is. So Hervé, would you please introduce yourself? He may not have the audio, so.
Yeah, Hervé hasn't yet requested to come on screen.
Okay, so anyone who's listening.
Oh, here he is, here he is.
Here he is, hey. Hello, Hervé, please say hello to the crowd. All right, this is gonna. All right, to simplify things, I'd like to ask the members of the Bioconductor Corps to come up just briefly so that we can all introduce ourselves. And as core members of the developing team, they are members of the Technical Advisory Board as well. And so you can go ahead and open up the mic and.
Oh, should we go there so they
Oh, you
see
can come
us?
here. Sure, absolutely.
Otherwise, they can't see us.
I'll just rotate through. Hi, I'm Lori Shepard-Kern. I am at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center in Buffalo, New York, and I am part of the core. And to speed things up, I'm also a member of the CAB and the TAB, so I won't come up multiple times.
Hi, I'm Marcel Ramos. You may have seen my name somewhere. I am in Levi Waldron's group at the City University of New York, and I also work in Bioconductor with at Roswell Park. I'm a core team developer. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nikhil. I recently joined the core Bioconductor team, and I'm currently working on the AWS modernization thing of the Bioconductor. And yeah, I'm excited and nice to see you all.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex, data and pronouns. I joined the core about 2 years ago, and I'm in Vince's group. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jen Walkety. I also use they, them pronouns. I'm a member of the Waldron Lab at the CUNY School of Public Health and a member of the core team.
Thank you. Hervé, do you have audio and you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Hervé Pages. I'm in Seattle, and I'm a core team member.
Right. Now I think we can, we have the TAB and CAB members queuing up. So once, come on up and introduce.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Love. I'm been on the TAB for a while. So variety of like interests like workflow packages and the hubs, like community projects, this kind of things I'm interested in.
Hi everyone, I'm Hedia. I'm staff scientist at Liver and I'm member of the CAP. And thank you Bioconductor for this amazing event.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Hicks. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Biostats at Hopkins. I've been on the TAB a while. Very excited to be here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Aideen Culhan. I'm a professor now in Ireland, but was here in the Farborough for a long time. I was on the TAB for a long time, up until this year. I've just stepped down. And it was myself and Matt Ritchie that founded the CAB. And I'm still on the CAB. And I am PI of the grant that is doing the website redevelopment and the carpentries projects that Maria's leading.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria Doyle. I'm the community manager for Bioconductor and I'm also a member of CAB and funded by the CZI grant that CAB got. And I'm based in Ireland, University of Limerick, Aideen.
Hi, I'm Stevie, and I use they, them pronouns as well. I'm from Adelaide, Australia. I'm the world's oldest early career researcher, and I've just joined the Community Advisory Board a couple of months ago and looking forward to getting involved.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Wang, and I'm an assistant professor in University of Texas Medical Branch. So I just joined CAB this year, and I really enjoy to work on some high-performance computing issues. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bimbo, and I'm a PhD student from WeHi in Australia. So I also joined the CAB just this year. I'm still like slowly picking things up, but I'm looking forward to what I can contribute. Thank you.
Well, wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for introducing yourselves. We have one other core member who didn't come, Robert Shear, who is also working on the AWS modernization. Shall we begin then with a video from the CAB? You know how to get that going?
It's already open.
This is a short little, just 2.5-minute video that we made literally in the last week or so to tell people about CAB, what it is, and it shows a few of the members speaking and why they joined CAB.
Hold this, please.
And the video was made by our digital media and journalism intern, Anna Powell, who's based in Ireland with myself and Aideen. And she's the one who's been creating the speaker spotlight images, the keynote speaker images, and she made this video for us.
Do not know why it's working. So maybe do you want to move on to go back?
Yeah, just
no, don't put something like
No, don't take me to your school twice.
Those are supposed to be audio.
That's it. So if anyone wants to join CAB, there'll be a call next year, July, to align with BioC 2024. So keep an eye out on Slack, Twitter, etc. for that form.
I'm sorry to all the remote people who are here. We know that that video did not have audio for you, but we'll make sure it's accessible so you can see the video and hear everybody's lovely voices.
And I just have one other quick thing to show you. Some of you may have seen we had a little meme competition. It was announced in Slack, Twitter, Mastodon. So who won? No, there's no winner yet because we want you to vote. We have 8 submissions. We have a Google form that has all 8. So it's up to you now to pick your favorite. And the winner gets a discount off next year's BioC registration, thanks to Erica. So I'm going to show you it's in the short docs. I'll get you the link. The link to the form is in. Oops. Okay, there is a QR code. I'm going to open it up. Okay, Google form and QR code. If you want to vote, you have until 5 o'clock today because we'll announce it at the end of the conference. So I'll give you a chance, and we'll post the link to this form in Hopin as well, so people can get it. Give people the chance. I do, but I'm letting people take the picture first. And I'll just give you a little peek at the memes as well. Thanks to everyone who submitted one. They were fun to see pop up. And they're in the BioC 2023 Slack channel as well. Okay, so there's 8 of them. 8 of them here. Can I preview them quickly? It's not going to let me make them bigger. But yeah, there's all your favorite ones here. With no names, so there's anonymous unless you go to the Slack channel. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, the next artifact we're going to look at is a set of slides prepared by Charlotte to review materials of the Technical Advisory Board activities for the past year. Thank you, Erica.
Do you see the slides?
We're getting there.
Okay.
You can just say next slide, and I'll
No,
move them.
she's got them.
You've got them.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's okay?
Yep, we see it.
Good. So we're slightly less fancy. We don't have a video, but we have some slides. Just to give us a small introduction to the TAB and who we are and what we do. And you've already seen most of these people, either in person or virtual. There are a few more that you can see here that are not, probably are on holiday. So similarly to the CAB, you can get involved in the TAB. There are many ways of doing that. So one way is to join one of the working groups of the bioconductor. You can go to the website workinggroups.bioconductor.org, and you can see all the working groups that are currently active. If you think there is a missing working group, you can suggest one, and that's great, especially if you would like to lead this working group. There are other ways you can just get in touch if you have ideas, thoughts, things that you think should be discussed, either in the Slack channel, Technical Advisory Board, or just get in touch with one of us. And just as for the CAB, you can join the TAB. So we also have a public call for nominations. We just got 3 new members, as you saw in the previous slide. So the next nomination period will be like next year, and probably also that's around the time of the conference. So look out for announcements on Twitter, Mastodon, the mailing list, and all the social media channels. Just to kind of give an idea of some of the topics that we were discussing over the past years. So this is just a selection. We did talk a lot about the provision and the use of cloud resources, what can Bioconductor offer and how can we best use them. We did discuss the governance of the project as a whole. We talked a lot about infrastructure, so the build system, the building of the binaries and distributing the binaries. What are the core packages of Bioconductor and like how do we even decide which are the really, really fundamental packages. We talked about new technologies, both on the different new types of data, so imaging data, spatial data, and a lot of other types of interesting new data types. We also talked a lot about technologies more in terms of the software side, so interactions with Python, both generally and specifically for deep learning applications. We talked about how to handle specifically large data sets in the experiment hub, and also about the books that are provided through Bioconductor. So how to build them, how to best maintain them, and how to best distribute them. And if you want to know more, there is all the minutes are available from the Bioconductor website. And yeah, this is just a list of the currently active working groups, but you will see them all on the workinggroups.bioconductor.org website. So I think that was like a little overview of what we have been doing the past year.
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. It's a pretty broad remit. And I think we are open for questions. This was Meet the TAB, Meet the CAB, and you've met us now. Do you have questions, concerns, topics? Go ahead, Tyrone.
I'll be brave. There's a lot of interesting discussion around freely accessible cloud compute and cloud data storage compartments right there. I'm wondering, as far as I'm curious what this means for package development. Are we going to start seeing? Are we going to start distributing through these free environments? What does this mean for developers trying to create these environments for this distributed area when everything is not on your machine or in someone else's machine? How do we work with this? Is there any guidelines that we're trying to plan for?
Yeah, it's a great question. Thank you. I have been very concerned with the topic of an open source, open development data and analysis ecosystem for computational genomic data science, right? It's a long phrase. How do we get it off your laptops? You know, everything is sort of scaled down for the developer here. And it's scaled down in part because that's the environment it's sort of the least common denominator environment for people to develop on. Also, the build system, the build check, the build test, the conditions for having a package and so forth are all fairly limited. Now, we've had a nice allocation from the NSF Access program, used to be called Exceed. And my understanding is we have 300 terabytes of open storage network, essentially S3 bucket type behavior, no egress charges. And we've already put close to 100 terabytes of MERFISH type data out there to help people start banging around with these very large image-based assays, right? So that's there. I've mentioned it to many people, mentioned it to the TAB and so forth, and very little uptake, very little concern. As far as computing goes, they've been pretty generous with an allocation of GPU time as well. And that was recently used for the ISMB lab. Sorry that there was some infectious disease issues there. But Davide Risso's group did take advantage of the GPUs to develop comparisons between GPU-oriented single-cell transcriptomics workflows and CPU-based. So we have these resources. We don't have a protocol for authenticating people to come on for limited periods of time, do some development. We don't have a protocol for taking advantage of this in the build system. There is some going on, but it is, you know, an open space. And in fact, those of you who came to the Python bridge to R workshop know that there are issues with respect to capacity and so on that we don't fully have our heads around. So it's a space. And if you're interested in working on it from a technical point of view, I think you should talk to us and we can provide access. It's a limited resource, but if we use it well and we learn from it and we tell people how to do genomics in an academic cloud, I think we can get more resources. So how exactly to hand that out to the community, I don't have a clear idea, but now everybody knows and is welcome to come to us and see how we can work together to move forward. Yes, Leo, we'll bring you a mic. And I don't want to be the MC here. Other folks from the CAB, TAB who would like to help respond to comments and so forth are welcome to come up.
Hello. I was also part of the community advisory board for 3 years, stepped down earlier this year. And I feel like having been part of it, if you look at academic departments, there's always like some student representatives. In our case, in the bioconductor community, right, I think Maria, when she mentioned some of the polls for the video, for the website, sorry, not the video, for the new website, I feel like the CAB and the TAB, you really have to be basically a developer to be part of them. I know that the CAB doesn't say you have to be a developer, but almost every member of the CAB has been a developer. And so I'm wondering if we're missing out on having maybe a users advisory board, where at that point you have to be strictly a non-developer. Because, I mean, a lot of them are using our software, right? And basically, in order to become part of these boards that direct part of the project, we're maybe filtering or biasing ourselves towards people that already develop packages and already know a lot of the system. And we're like maybe missing out on people that maybe know less than us, but that are people that we're interested in including. I mean, I know Enes is part of the community advisory board and he works with the Galaxy project. And I think in the Galaxy project, they have this massive conference for users. So maybe at some point down the road, we'll have to have 2 types of conferences. I don't know. I think in the users advisory board, we could also try to have maybe some undergrad students. Because I don't think we have undergrad students in the CEB. Maybe I'm missing out on someone. But,
yeah, so actually it's very timely. We actually had this whole discussion recently on the CAB Slack channel, like in the past couple of weeks.
On the private one, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I probably should have posted it more publicly, but no. The concept of like a student council, I think, is really important. And actually, I was at ISMB last week and I was impressed with how they've set up their student council. And I was talking to them as well to see how they have actually expanded it into so many countries. And it's going to be brought up at the next CAB meeting is basically the foundation of a student council. So I think that's going to be something that we should actually do. On the second thing about the and Kevin now might have more, like might have more input here as well as to future directions. On the idea of developers versus users within the project, I think that's a very, very important very important thing that we do need to consider. When we did the website survey, like 80% of people consider themselves to be users of the project and 20% of people of the website consider themselves to be developers. So, you know, our community is mostly people who use packages to analyze data rather than necessarily develop packages. And I think that has been in the minds of the CAB when we have selected people more recently. And definitely, I think the more recent people that have been elected to the CAB represent more of a diversity within the group. And that's something I think we should encourage going forward. Does anybody else from the CAB want to comment on that?
I was just gonna actually, as the statistician in me was just gonna ask, actually, when you said the 80-20 split user developer, I consider myself both a user and a developer. I don't know if actually of those 80%, some that might include actually some developers who also tick the box user. I can't remember how the form was set up, if it was either or if it was possibly both.
And I don't think we can use that web survey as a complete, robust statistical measurement of the community either. But
yeah.
I think it underscores that a lot of people are, use packages rather than just. We have to recognize both communities.
Yeah, definitely adding that. But yeah, I wanted that side note aside. Yeah, the new website, I'm very much looking forward to it because we really intend to essentially bring in the users, the more new users of the community, to have them to get them to have a better time discovering Bioconductor, learning, easing the learning curve. Yeah, and not necessarily becoming a developer, not writing workflows and good program, good science doesn't always turn into packages, and so it's really catering for everyone in the community.
Hi, I had a question. I'm Josh Campbell from Boston University. I was just looking over your list of working groups, and it was actually pretty impressive. There's a lot there that I didn't know about. Several of them are related to organization and governance and that kind of thing, which I think is great. There may be a handful of them that were more related to specific scientific topics. Like I saw a proteomics one and maybe a spatial omics one. I was curious about maybe thinking about that a little bit more, and trying to come up with these sort of different working groups that are more scientific domain specific. Because I would love to get together with other developers who are working on kind of similar things. Number one, so I don't start developing something that somebody else is doing and kind of eliminate redundancy, but to also just kind of form more of a community around specific topics.
I'll say that was kind of the original intention that we were hoping would happen with it, and we would really highly encourage that.
Yeah, and one of the first steps there is just have a Slack channel as well, and sort of make that starts as a way to gather people together under that community. I haven't been looking at any online questions.
Just on that theme that Josh Campbell mentioned, we didn't talk much about the scientific advisory board. That's kind of a rarefied community, very advanced senior investigators, let's say, who are to give scientific input to the project. I think you might want to think about maybe participating even in that. The scientific advisory board we're obliged to meet with the scientific advisory board once a year, but I don't see why that should be so infrequent. Maybe there's a way of gathering more people who want to think about the scientific aspect of the project more generally and more frequently could form a group that has, a different approach than our annually meeting scientific advisory board. So just thought I would throw that out there. Any other comments, questions? Yes, go ahead.
This is Ed Lozier from Merck. We use bioconductor stuff all the time, right? But a lot of times there's a disconnect between what you guys do and what we do, or what we can do. So knowledge sharing is probably really important. Just knowing that the data is out there. Nobody knew that you guys had data out there in Merck. So if we need to kind of collaborate together in a more comprehensive way, so that the users of the data can be from industry too. But how to make that happen so that everybody benefits, that's part of the trick. And then it's all can be down to, I mean, almost like what Posit does. They're open source, but they have, services that people pay for. And they're relatively easy to pay for in industry. So that's one of these things I think the industry could be used to help support you guys. And then you guys can support us. And it's just a win-win.
Thank you. There is a relevant change that's taking place. We've been talking quite a bit about the idea of a consortium that might unify industry folks to participate in the governance of the project to some extent, and also to provide some funds. So we're going to be transitioning. We had a Bioconductor Foundation of North America, which is really the legal unit that handles the funds for the conference. We're now transitioning to NumFocus, which is a nonprofit that is focused on open source software. And so one of the objectives of doing that is that they have a pretty well-established relationship to industry, ability to form consortia, take care of the legal matters and the financial matters and so forth. So I hope that we make that transition in the next month or two, and maybe that'll be a vehicle for us having a better relationship with industry that's more explicit and fruitful for both parties. Thanks for reminding me about that.
And I know that CAB also had tried to start an industry working group too.
Yeah.
That we were hoping probably that we could get more companies and more representatives involved to see where we can make connections. And I think that was one of the original intentions of that working group as well, and then with NumFocus too. So
yeah, so
and we have tried to have industry members as represented within the CAB as well. Nicole is
yep. So we're coming close to the 1 o'clock for another session. Any last parting comments, questions? All right, well, thanks for coming, and please do get in touch.
And the easiest way to contact us, if you want to, if there's something that comes to mind and you want to contact us, cab@bioconductor.org will reach the CAB. We also have a Slack channel, and the TAB also have a Slack channel. So if you go to the community Slack, there's a channel for both the CAB and the TAB at that, and we will respond to everything on those channels.